Hello and welcome to today's mini lesson, mistakes agents make with email. And we're also going to talk about how to fix them. My name's Dana Zefisek. I am a travel agent educator. I take what I have done in the past 11 years in my business and I teach other agents how to grow their business with the tips I have learned along the way. I'm so happy you're here. All right, so I'm going to put up our question of the day. And if you're catching this on the replay, still comment below. How often do you use email marketing? Okay. I'm sorry if you're on the replay. I was just making sure if you can please comment, let me know how often do you use email marketing? And if it's zero, it's okay to say zero. We're all we're all learning and we all have our skills and our um, the strategies that we use, we can always improve. Trust me, I can always improve. I am the first one to say I can always improve. So I want you to think about how often you're using email in your marketing strategy and tell me below, even if you're watching on the replay. But let's get started. All right. So your marketing strategy should all funnel into email. Okay. All these different things that you do to build your audience can come in through, should eventually funnel into email. Okay. For example, social media posts, you want to try to get them from social into your email. All right. That's hard. I know. When you do events, having people sign up for your email list when you meet them in person, if you happen to borrow someone's audience by like guest blogging or partnering with a local group, Facebook group, or something like that, you could have a lead magnet to funnel into your marketing traffic and then in your email marketing traffic, excuse me. And also, if you become a guest speaker somewhere, have a lead magnet or something where people can connect with you. And the connection by email is the most important one. All of these other things are important, but we want it all to come into email. So once you have people on your list, what do you do with them? And what are some of the mistakes we make? And I'm going to say we because sometimes I still make these mistakes. Okay. This is something that I have been guilty of. I really try to work on this. Okay. You want to be regular in your emails. If you notice, if you've been on my email list for a while, you know that I send an email at the beginning of the week, Sunday, Monday. I try to do it like Sunday evening because I feel like people are planning for their week. Um, but I send it on the same at the same time almost every week. Sometimes it comes on Monday instead of Sunday, but you're going to get 3 post ideas from me in your email. And if you're not getting the emails, make sure you're looking for me, Dana at gutsgritgoals.com. Make sure I'm not in your spam or your promotions or so I send an email every single week. It's something you can count on. Okay. And I try to make it something worthwhile. I'll also send an email to people who liked my mini classes. Okay. So that if you want to come back, all right. So that one's more unexpected, but the scheduled one is very, very important. Okay, because that means it's something reliable. Same thing goes for our clients. And if you only send things when you have something to say, you are not alone. Look at this graph where it says what is the minimum number of times you contact an email address in a month. Okay, some say once, some say 2 to 3 times, some do 6 to 8, more than 8 times. But look how many are zero. We only send an email when we have something to say. Well, gosh, if I sent an email every time I had something to say, I'd be sending a lot of emails. So don't make this mistake of only sending something when you have something to say. You should always have something to say to your potential clients. Have a predictable schedule. If that predictable schedule is once a month, it's once a month. That's fine. If that predictable schedule is once every other week or on the 1st and 15th of the month, something like that, have it be predictable. Okay? Because if you're only sending something when you have something to say, it's not going to land like if you are being consistent. And I know a lot of people think if they send too many emails, people will get sick of hearing them. Well, that leads me into mistake number 2. Okay, so mistake 2, sending useless emails. Okay, the objective of your email should not be to get a quote request. The objective of your email should not be to get a quote request. It should be to connect with your audience. It should be to remind them that you're here and that you're ready to help. Okay. So, what you want to do is share tidbits from your travel. Make it creative and a creative email. Can you put promotions in there? Absolutely. I'm writing an email right now for my clients and I'm going to put in that dining promo card offer, which is really cool from Universal. I'm going to include the Disney special, the holiday offer that they have, but also I'm going to give them tidbits. What are the best weeks to go in the November and December? Okay. And you can, and that can be the headline, the best weeks to go to Orlando in November and December 2024. Okay, you can even shorten it a little bit, but you want to go from the point of view. So why do I say one of the best weeks to go? Because one of the first decisions someone needs to make before booking a trip is they need to know when they're going to go. We need dates, right? But they don't know when the best time is to go. So if they're stuck in that, they don't know how to get out of that without Googling. And then they Google and then they get all these different things thrown at them and they get overwhelmed and say, forget about it. But if an email from you lands in their inbox and it says, these are the best times to go to Disney in November and December, and it lists, I'm sure you can probably figure out which weeks would be. I mean, you can look at crowd calendars and stuff and, come up with your recommendations. But that is something that has people saying, oh, okay, that seems doable. Again, you put in the caveat, it's not always the least crowd, all those things, just because last year this week was not crowded doesn't mean this year this week won't be crowded. But it's giving them your opinion and it lets them know you're thinking like them versus just saying there's a discount for Disney and Universal for November and December check-in dates between, blocking out Thanksgiving and Christmas week, it gives them something else and they want to read that information. When are the best weeks to go in November, December? Even if they don't think they're going this year, maybe they're going next year. Okay. So you can both give them some tidbits and also highlight, hey, if you go to Universal in December, you might not have to pay for much food because they're going to give you a dining card and, highlight those things, but you want to make it creative. Okay. Because people are so sick of promotions. They're sick of being sold to. They're sick of seeing advertisements. Don't make your email just about an advertisement, even though it kind of is. It is an advertisement, but you're nurturing them. So Beverly has a question. Do you indicate in your subject line that you're including both tips and the discount offer? No, the subject line can just be the best times to go to Orlando in November and December. Okay. It can be simple. It has to be simple because people can't process more than one thing. As long as I'm telling you in the email when to go, like when these weeks are, that would be misleading if you put that in the headline and if you put that in the subject line and you don't share what those weeks are, then yes, but you don't have to cover it all in the subject line because cover the highlight. What would make them want to open it? Okay. Because you might think, oh, a discount, but some people aren't at that part yet. Okay. Some people still need to think of, well, when would I do this? When would I have time to go on vacation? Or you can put in from the point of view, I've been playing with this wording a lot recently. Are you going to let vacation days go to waste this year? Okay. Do you have vacation days you need to use? Here are the best days to use them. Okay. And these are also good for social media posts. You can recycle because we know not everybody on our social media feed sees what we post on our pages. And we know not everybody opens and reads emails. And even if they do read both, they probably won't remember between one time and another. Okay. It might seem familiar and it'll reinforce the idea, but don't worry about recycling ideas because it's a good idea. Use it, send it in an email, and then then schedule a post with the same information a couple days later. Okay. Don't let good ideas just go to one place. You can spread it out. People need repetition more than anything else. Okay. And then the other thing, and I spoke about this a little bit in the first one, you need to have a schedule, and it's really hard to keep to the schedule. Trust me, I know. I know things come up, and you know, it just is hard. It's hard, I know. Okay? But make it a priority more than you would make a priority of posting to social media. Why? Because the people on your email list have opted in to hear from you. Okay. This is where your repeat clients will see you pop up with some information, be like, oh, I was thinking about a trip to Disney in 2025. Let me save this email. Or if they're sitting at work and their coworkers talking about maybe bringing the kids to Disney, they'll be like, oh, here, let me forward this to you so that you can, you want them to share it, you want them to forward it. Okay. But you also want to make sure that you are consistently showing up in their inboxes. I'm not talking about showing up every single day. All right. You don't have to do that. Nobody, well, I mean, I won't say nobody should do that, but you don't have to do that. But I'm talking about once a month. And then if you can do twice a month, okay, incrementally send more. But I would say no more than 2 a week. If you get to weekly and you want to do 2 a week, that's fine. As long as you're sending good information. If you're sending them just advertisement after advertisement after advertisement, then no, because then it's not going to be worthy of them opening it. And you don't have to write and man, I get myself started on email. And I go go off on a tangent, but you don't have to also write a book. Okay, I'm talking about maybe 3 paragraphs, not even. People don't have attention spans. You can make these emails short. Give them the information. Give them links where they can read more about things. Okay, if you have a Disney mini site, send them to that. Okay, if there's a special offer or something you want to show them. All right, keep it simple because people do not have the attention span to pay attention to you for more than a couple paragraphs. Actually, I would even do bullet points, you know? So, you know what it's like to get a big long email and not read any of it or stop after the second paragraph. All right. You want to make it valuable to them, but short and sweet and to the point. All right. So, keep a lookout for I'm going to do a webinar not next week but the week after. I'm going to have the registration open probably on Sunday with your email that I send you with the 3 ideas. And the webinar is going to be 3 factors that influence email open rates. Okay. So it's a free webinar. So keep a lookout for that. This is one I've taught it before. But I'm updating it to reflect because it's been a couple years since I taught it. So I'm going to update it with more current information. So make sure that you keep a lookout for that sign up link. I'll have a few different times that you can come and watch it, go through it live. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. It's 1:15, but have a great day. And to me, Thursday's like the intro into the weekend. I know Friday is still a work day, but Fridays just tend to be crazy. So have a great weekend if I don't see you. Bye bye.